Hello again, everyone. Now let's continue to work with the if-else statements that we demonstrated last time. I realized there was a little bit of confusion because there was only one statement that was evaluated among the many conditions. So let me give you a very clear example that will make the confusion from the previous class much less. So we understand that the letter grade are defined based on the score. So suppose there is a student who has an 89 score of an 89, and now we want to assign a letter grade to that student. So now if we want to assign a fair letter grade, we have to ask if the score is between 90 and 100, it's going to be an A. Between 80 and 90 is going to be a B, and then 70 and 80 is going to be a C, and so on. So this you understand now that the student cannot have more than one letter grade. So this is why we need if-else statement. So I'm going to start here saying if the score is greater than or equal, and this is a new operator that I'm just showing you today. If it's greater than or equal 90, then the student got an A. So we're just going to print a message here that says your grade is A, like that. Is A. We can say great job or whatever. But now I want to make sure that if the student is received another score, we got to assign a different letter grade. So now this is when we actually need to use the else if statement. And then now we're going to have to ask if the score is greater than or equal 80. But now we also have to understand, sorry, that was 80, not 90. If the score is greater than or equal 80, but also the score has to be less than 90, right? So now I'm also teaching you another condition and how we can combine different conditions together using the AND operator. So now I'm going to ask if the score is equal or above 80 and the score is less than 90. And why didn't we say if the condition is less than or equal 90? Because equal, greater than or equal is actually included into this condition here. So we gotta be sure that we list the condition logically. So now if that score is between 80 and less than 90, then we are going to tell the student that your score, your grade is a B. And I'm making this kind of an approximation here just to demonstrate that only one grade has to be printed. More that the student cannot be assigned more than one grade. And this is why we need to use if-else statement here, because if you use multiple if statements, every one of those is going to be evaluated, and it can print some statements where we don't need them. So if-else statement here is what we need if we want to get one specific outcome, not many different outcomes. So now we really need to choose from from many outcomes and only get one specific outcome. So now my next statement here is else if the score is greater than or equal 70, and also the score here has to be less than what? You think you can guess? Certainly, it has to be less than 80 here, like that. And now I am going to go here and say your score is C in this case. And then if the score is if the score anything below that, we can say, well, you're gonna have to try harder next time. Good luck and try harder next time. We don't need to go over another grade to demonstrate the point. So try. We can be a little bit more encouraging. We can say nice effort, but try harder next time. Next time, like that. So now we have a score here of an 89. So my score of an 89 is going to fall into this category here, into this statement here. So clearly this student is not going to get an A, and if that student gets an A, then the student is not going to get anything else. So let's just run this and see what we're going to get. Remember that here my score is 89. So all these conditions are going to be evaluated based on that value that I put here, like that. So the score here is clearly a B. So suppose the score is 60. 60 does not fall into here or here or here. So it should fall into the else statement, and it should say nice effort, but try harder next time. So this is the message here that we should be seeing if we run this one more time. And indeed it says nice effort, but try harder next time. Suppose now the score is 95. We got to make sure that we test all the bases. So the score is 95, and it's clearly going to be greater than 90. So this, your grade is A, is what we should be expecting to see. Your grade is A. Correct. And if the score is, say, 75, maybe 71, 71 is going to fall into this statement here. Therefore, I should be expecting to receive a C. Indeed, so we definitely received a C here. So this is why it is so important to have if-else statement if you have multiple choices and you need to choose a single one choice or a single one outcome out of all of them, because what will happen is these conditions are going to be evaluated. All of these conditions will be evaluated, even if you remove that else statement here, even though they're going to be true. So this is going to clearly slow down your calculation a lot. But the good news about the if-else statement here, that once one condition is evaluated, the whole statement has been done, and then you quit out of the if statement, and then you print the result, and the rest of the statements are not going to be evaluated. So like I said, when you have multiple choices that you need to choose from, and you only need one single outcome, this is indeed what you need to do. Now, if say you have multiple outcomes. So the example that I used last time about if a person is a student and true, and if the person is senior citizen or senior student, true, or maybe false, is bilingual, like that, true, and if this person is veteran, like that, and then this is also true. Okay, so now suppose this person, we have this person that has all these different things. We want to offer this person certain privileges based on the status they have. So I cannot choose if this person is a student. Say I want to give him student loans, but that is very different from if this person is a senior citizen. Maybe he's a senior citizen or she is a senior citizen, and she's also a student. So I cannot choose. These are not things that I can choose from. These are things that I must check one by one. So my condition, if I want to check if this person is a student, and actually we don't need to say true because we already know it is already true. If it is a student, this is going to be evaluated as true. Then we can say qualified for student loans, like that. Now I cannot use else if statement because it means if this is a student, then the rest of them are not going to apply. But these are independent things, so therefore if else statement does not work here. Now what I need to do is to ask another if is senior, if this is a senior person, then qualifies for, make it consistent so everyone is qualified. Okay, so qualifies for senior discounts, like that. Senior discounts. And if this person is bilingual, maybe if she or he looking for a job in a foreign country, then you can say qualified to work in an embassy or something like that, or in a foreign country. All right, and if this person is a veteran, like that, then this person is qualified for free education and transportation. Why not? And transportation. Okay, so now if I'm going to run this whole thing, maybe what I need to do now, I'm going to comment out the first part of the program, so we can only focus on this part of the program. So now we are going to make a decision, and this decision has multiple choices. Therefore, I cannot use if-else statement because I need all these choices to be checked. Some of them are true or some of them are false. So I see 3 out of 4 true statements. Therefore, I should be seeing also 3 out of 4 statements. So let me see. So clearly this person is a student. So this person is qualifies for a student loan. That's very good news. If this person is a senior, well, this person is not a senior. Therefore, I did not see anything related to seniors. This person is a bilingual, which is true. Therefore, this person is qualified to work in an embassy because they can speak different languages. Again, this is just a hypothetical example. And if this person is a veteran, then this person is also qualified for free education and free transportation. So let me uncomment this part here so you can actually see clearly now the difference between if-else statements and if statements. You will see here that we are going to choose a single outcome from multiple outcomes, like getting a letter grade. On the other hand, here when we use multiple if statements like that, is going to produce multiple outcomes. Before I run this, I'm just going to have a print statement here to separate these two so we can actually read them really nicely away from each other. And /n here is going to give me just multiple line breaks so it can separate the letter grade here that's going to be printed from the statements here. So let me run this one more time and I will explain what that means. So the score here is a C because this person has a score of a 71, and 71 falls into this condition here. And as you can see, a single statement only was evaluated, not all of them. We only saw one single statement because we used if, else, if statements and else. On the other hand, when we have multiple outcomes or multiple conditions to be checked, because again, they are not dependent on each other. The letter grades, you can only get one single letter grade based on your score. But at the same time, you can be a student, you can be a senior citizen, you can be bilingual, you can also be a veteran. Therefore, all of these conditions must be checked. So if we want to check all these conditions together, we have to we cannot use the if-else statement that we used here. We have to do it this way. And as you can see, we got in the print statements that we're looking for. This person is a student. This person is not a senior. That's why we did not see the senior qualification for discounts. We saw that this person is a bilingual here, and therefore he or she can work in an embassy. And this person is a veteran, therefore she can be qualified for education and transportation. So this is I hope this clarifies the confusion between if statements and if else statements, and we'll talk some more about these these if else statements and making more decisions in the lectures to come. Thanks for watching.